Hey guys, welcome to our first ever Real Talk Sundays. This is a little something new. We're going to give it a try and we'd love for y'all to give us some feedback on it. Tell us whether y'all think we should keep going with it or it's a bust. I'm getting really smoked out here, but we're going to try it.
They say when you got a fire, the smoke follows beauty, so I
Oh,
don't know.
he's full of it too. But anyway,
I do know the reason we start a fire pretty much 365 days a year.
yes we do.
And we don't miss very many unless we're not here. And normally we have firewood between these two trees right here, but we burn it down because one of these trees has died, so we're gonna have to use it for firewood. And we do it during the winter to keep warm, but we have to do it during the summer because down here in South Georgia, she was talking earlier, the no-see-ums, mosquitoes, just even the dang house flies. They just, everything bites down here. And so we keep one burning all the time. That smoke helps. It's aggravating, but it does. If you're close to it, it helps with bugs, mosquitoes, or whatever else that wants to bite you down here.
But back to our series that we're giving a try. The concept and the idea behind it is that we'll sit down every Sunday and kind of just recap our week, tell you guys what we've been up to, what we've been doing, and just kind of share a little bit of our life with you. Like I said, feel free to give us some feedback, but as of right now, the plan is we're going to try to do this every Sunday and see how it works out. But to get the conversation started and to get rolling, as you guys know, last weekend was Memorial Day weekend, and we don't like to wander too far from the house on holidays. We kind of hang close, but we did manage to venture out just a little bit, not far from the house here. We went and took the kayaks and done a little brim fishing in what the locals call Little River, which is a creek that runs into the Old Muggy River. But we had a good time.
Yeah, and by her saying we don't venture far from the house, it's not very far from here. And much as we would love to went to the lake or the river, it was Memorial Day weekend. We just don't want to get in all. I mean, you go to the lake or the river. What we like to do when we go is fish, set lines, and everybody's up and down the river. And people will steal your fish off your limb lines and trot lines, and that's what we enjoy doing when we go. It's just not about leisure. We bringing home something to eat, and we just enjoy that. So Little River is kind of a laid back place. The boats you can't get in there with a boat unless you have like a boat in the back of a truck that you can pull off, a small 10-foot boat or something. But kayaks, you can pull up in there, pull your kayak, and I think we saw two young kids there, one a little small canoe and one in a kayak, and they was fishing. It was laid back. We enjoyed it. We hadn't done it lately. It was kind of a new adventure too, because we normally take a two-seater kayak, and I don't know what that kayak's problem is with me and Mama, but we sit in that dang kayak and we paddle to the left. You're supposed to go to the right. We still go to the left, but we upgraded this year and we use some paddle kayaks. I don't think Mama was too crazy about them, but Mama got 3-2 to 0. She's really enjoying this kayaking. What'd you say?
Mine is not driving like I tell it to.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
and Mama's about to get too old for to stay in a kayak for very long. I can't stand there too many hours. My back and I get all stiff, and it takes me a few minutes to walk straight. But we did. We had a good time. We brought home a little small mess of brim. You'll have to check that video out. Creek kayak fishing for brim. CCC. Catch, clean, and cook. Be sure and check that one out. But when we got home, we cheated, and for supper, there's a local famous barbecue place that's not even a mile from Little River, and we cheated and caught us in some barbecue, and had that for supper, and when we got home,
We cheated and got something to eat because we was tired. But we got home. Old bullfrogs was down there talking to us at the pond. We got a pond here on our place and couldn't stand it. Had to get after them.
so we did a little frog gig in action, and
Just a couple snakes.
yep, a couple snakes, mosquitoes, but we have fun with that too. And be on the lookout. That's gonna be an upcoming video. I hadn't quite got to it on the editing yet.
That's you must be a good-looking woman because this show getting her. We want to keep. We didn't get very many frogs, but we're gonna go back and get some more. And we're gonna put them. We got them put up. We're gonna go back and get us some more. And that video's upcoming. It's gonna be a little bit on it because we still need to catch some more, gig some more frogs. I've always shot them most of the time with a 22, but as many snakes as we saw, I think that's what we're gonna do with these. We're gonna go down and shoot them off the bank with a 22 or 17 or something like that. It was something we enjoyed. Went to bed a little late, but we always busy and always doing something.
Oh yeah. And then let's see, that was Saturday. Sunday, we had a big garden day Sunday. We worked in the garden most of the day. Our tomatoes is really getting with it, and so we done a little more tying on them, and we're using the cattle panel method again this year. And if you guys haven't watched that video, there's one up already, DIY tomato trellis with cattle panel and T-post. Y'all can check that one out. It's a little short video just kind of showing you us setting them up and how we space them and everything, if you want to check that out. But we also threw together another trellis. My daughter Sadie, she wanted some cherry tomatoes, and then we picked up a few more squash plants, and I'm gonna hang out with him for a minute.
That's all right with me.
That smoke's killing me. But anyway, the cucumbers and the squash, just to fill some empty space we had left in the garden, and have another new round of that. And
done a bunch of weeding,
yeah,
tilling.
Just had a work day in the garden. But that's another thing I want to talk to you about. We decided we'd try another series, and we're going to call it Laid Back Gardening with Blue Dog Ventures. And we've actually already filmed the first episode, so be on the lookout for that. It's our tomato growing method that breaks all the rules. That's due to drop Tuesday, this coming Tuesday at 10 a.m. So you guys be sure and watch for that and check that video out for us. That'll be, like I say, season 1, episode 1, the very start of our gardening series. We're going to try to bring that to you weekly. The plan is to drop those videos every Tuesday. It'll just be something to do with the gardening. And we plan to have a fall garden this year, so it should just run on through the fall. And we'll just be giving tips and showing you how we do things. But a little side note, and hence where it got its name, Laid Back Gardening. We don't follow the rules when it comes to gardening. We do what works for us and what's practical and realistic. TJ here has been gardening on a good bit longer than I have. But us gardening together, this is year number 5 for us doing it together. And it's something that we love doing together and we really enjoy. And
Been several hours out there today.
we did. But anyway, if you guys have any interest in gardening, be sure and check that series out. Like I say, the very first episode is due to drop this Tuesday at 10, so watch for that. And if you guys ever have, I've started doing community posts, so check those out also. And I do a lot of polls, and If you guys ever have anything that you want us to touch on, or have got tips for us that maybe we can try and do a video on, just please be sure to drop them. The community post, if you want to comment on one of those, I check those all the time. Any of the comments on the video, I keep a close eye on those, and I try to respond pretty quick to those. But anything, give us feedback. Let us know what you guys want. We'll try to make it happen. But anyway, back to, what day we on, Sunday? We spent most of the day in the garden, like I said, and
the brim that afternoon, like I said, we cheated. It was a CCC catch, clean, cook. Is the whole purpose was for the brim fishing, but we were so tired. We got in, done the frog gigging, had a long day in the garden the next day. Sunday afternoon, we had kept the fish on ice overnight and cleaned those. You have to check that video out, how to clean a brim. I can't remember the exact name of it.
Cleaning brim made simple, step by step for every method.
Yeah, cleaning brim made simple, step by step.
For every method.
For every method.
He went through and showed you several different ways, and whether you like to leave the skin on and just scale them. He showed a couple ways how to do it that way, or if you like to fillet them and take the skin off. He showed a couple methods that way.
Also in that, there's two videos. Another one was our actual kayak adventure, from beginning to bringing the kayaks, unloading them, just footage of us, kayaking around, catching fish. Me not catching as much as Mama did. Mama was the breadwinner for the day, but we also had a video on it too. It's already out too, right?
Yeah, I thought I said that one.
You probably did.
I can't remember. Maybe so. I hope so. But anyway. Once we got through in our tomato patch garden over here and working on a new trellis and everything, we went over to our other spot, and TJ broke the ground for planting peas and okra. And that'll actually be episode 2 of our laid back gardening series. So again, those are scheduled to drop on Tuesdays. So be on the lookout for that one. And then, like he said, for supper, we finished cleaning the fish, and he fried those up for us.
Hadn't eaten brim in a while. We do a lot of catfish fishing. We love our catfish. That's just,
yes, we do.
You can't beat it. We even saltwater fishing. It's good too, but people think, especially saltwater people, think catfish is over or underrated. But no, that to me, that's king. That's the filet mignon of the fish family. But anyway, we eat the brim. Hadn't eaten them in a while. We hadn't done those. We normally catch brim or use them for bait, but we brought these home and put them in our belly.
And they were good. They were real good.
Yep. A lot of people overcook the brim, and the flakiness and toughness of the meat. You got to be careful. Don't overcook them.
But you can be sure and check that video out if you like fishing. And then I think that brings us to Monday. And the Memorial Day holiday. We were both off work, and we just kind of
yard work was
we just messed around in the yard. He cut the grass, and I stayed in my chicken pen most of the day. As most of you already know, I sell hatching eggs online for my chickens to earn their keep, and when the weather warms up, we're into June, first day of June today, and it's really starting to heat up down here. And when the temperatures do start rising and it gets into summertime, the hatching eggs drop off for obvious reasons. We don't care to ship in extreme temperatures, but where was I going with that? Oh, because of that, this is my time of the year that I like to go through my chickens, and I can't keep every chicken that I hatch, and so I had a lot that that I ended up keeping. I had a lot of pullets. I had real good luck this spring when I hatched with the incubator. Also, a lot of videos on the incubation process if you guys have any interest. But so I went through, and the way I have to do that, I wanted to keep all the young pullets that I hatched, and so I have to make room for those. And so I start going through my older hens and some of my older roosters, because I did keep a couple of the roosters that I hatched. That's a process because I like to go and sit and wait, and I'll usually take a couple hens and put them in a separate pen to see who's laying what and how often they're laying. Some of my older hens that have slacked off, I don't dispatch my old hens. When I say cull, I usually give them to neighbors, or I have a couple people that always want some when I have some to give away, so we don't ever dispatch them. But anyway, so I spent most of the day doing that, and he was messing around in the yard doing some rotomoring and grass cutting, and
We're working on a new boat project. It's our boat that we actually, our first boat that we bought together, and it was older when we got it. Floor's rotten. I went by and saw it. And I said, you know what? I need to redo that boat. So I pulled it down here, and I worked on tearing the floor out of it, and worked on this weekend putting the floor back in. So we stayed busy, wide open, because I know Tuesday morning when it was time to go back to work,
we were tired. We went to work tired. We did. Also Monday, I forgot to mention, for those of you that's been following the Diary of a Broody Hen, I went out Monday. Like I said, I was in the chicken pen all day, and I went ahead. I knew we were getting close to hatch day, so I went ahead and sprinkled the diatomaceous earth all around the nest box, and I actually sprinkled a little bit over the eggs to deter ants once they start hatching, because the ants can be fatal once they start hatching to those young chicks. But when I did that, I noticed that a couple of the eggs had already started pipping, and I could hear the chirping inside the egg, and so I knew that we were getting mighty close and they were going to come a little early. Or either I miscalculated, not sure which. But anyway, so Monday I kept a close eye on Mama Hen, and she did end up hatching one by that afternoon, and then she finished hatching Tuesday. And so I stayed a little busy with that, getting her set up and situated, and the pen secured for the new babies. If you want to go check that video out, the last entry in the Diary of a Broody Hen, episode 4, see how many chicks we ended up with. That's already up. You can check that video out. But that brings us pretty much, other than just a regular work week, this weekend.
Well, before you start that, we still continue our weekend stuff during the week. Just like Tuesday, when I got home, we were supposed to finish planting our peas, but we had a monsoon. I'm talking about 3.5 inches within just a couple hours.
Yes, we did.
Washed our garden away, or where our peas and okra is. Luckily, we only had a piece of a row of peas planted, and our okra, we got most of them. I'm not sure if they in the branch down there feeding the birds and rats or whatever, but so that's another thing we've been doing this weekend is replanting.
Yes. We've got the house to ourselves for about a week, and so we're starting it off a little lost. My two, just to clarify, I know that in some of the previous videos, I have 2 children, son and a daughter, and he has 2 children, a son and a daughter, but his children are pretty much grown, and they live out of town from us, and they do come down quite regular, and I'm sure you have seen some footage of them being here. We always enjoy having them, and
especially the hunt videos.
Yeah. His son Hunter, he's down a lot during duck season and deer season. So we'll have some more time coming up with them. But we always enjoy having them. My two still live at home, and but this week they are on vacation with their dad at the beach, and so we're a little lost without especially the youngest one. My son fishes college bass tournaments, and they've just finished up their season for this year, or for the spring, and he has been gone a lot lately. They fish all over other states, and so he's been coming and going a lot here lately. But Sadie, she's usually always here with us, and she's right in our footsteps with the garden or whatever we're doing outside.
She's got a green thumb too.
Yes, she does have a green thumb. So it's kind of quiet around here. A little weird, but what did we do yesterday? Oh, we made the town run, and we ended up getting some more plants as though we needed them. The local hardware store is clearing out all the planting season plants, and so we picked up 2 more blackberry bushes and some few herbs to plant the other box on the front porch. We like to cook with those from time to time.
Especially cilantro. I love cilantro.
Yes, we do. And but anyway, and then today we've been working in the garden some more. We had to tie the tomatoes, and we planted the blackberry bushes that we bought.
What's up, YouTube fam? Visited the hardware store again. Everything's half off. We had to come home with something. Plus, yesterday Mama mentioned something about some blackberry cobbler, so they had a couple blackberry bushes that looked pretty decent that was left over. So of course I had to get them because I want some blackberry cobbler. Make the hole a little bigger, that way the root system will be able to have some loose dirt and catch it a little quicker.
I've been playing with the chickens a little bit more today and doing some more sorting, and just got through planting the peas.
Having to replant. We planted our garden this past weekend and come a belly washer before we could gully wash, or whatever you want to call it, before we got a chance to finish planting. We got our okra planted up here, and most of it's on the hill and it done all right. Some of them got covered up and they still haven't popped up yet. Not sure if they got buried too deep in the sand from the wash. Well, we do got some coming up, but our peas is down yonder in the branch somewhere, floating around downstream creek somewhere. But we gotta get back at it and replant. That's what we're doing now.
Worked on the boat some more.
Rode her more because I like to run over stumps.
Yes, he does. And brake shear bolts.
Mm-hmm.
That was another reason why we had to make a run to town yesterday. That pretty much wraps it up. Like I say, definitely be on the lookout for the upcoming videos. And oh, another thing we're getting excited about. With the kids gone, probably till that came out wrong.
Yeah.
But with the kids being gone till this coming Sunday, I actually have off, or had already planned to take off this Thursday and Friday. I had put in for vacation a while back at work, and so we've been on the fence whether we wanted to go up to the lake and set some lines, or if we wanted to hang out here and go to the river. And the weather's kind of iffy, and this time of the year, you never can tell what the weather's going to do. So, but I think we've finally decided today that we're just going to hang pretty close, and we're probably going to go to the river and camp out in the tent on the sandbar. So if that holds true to our plans, that'll be some upcoming content for sure. And we may make us a little run, a little date night down to Savannah. We haven't quite decided yet. We haven't been, just the two of us haven't got away in quite some time, so
yeah,
we may take advantage of that and run down to Savannah. That's one of our favorite places to go.
walk up and down River Street and
Yeah.
enjoy the music and stores and the food.
And the good food. The good
Mhm.
food.
Talking of good food, that's another thing too. We got some fresh
yeah.
potatoes. Yeah, we got a bunch of videos on potatoes, how to plant them, how to store them, and we got dry storage here at the house now. And she went and got some of those, and we also planted a few onions this year. She got some onions out and got a roast in a cast iron pot over here on the grill behind us, and it's still smelling good.
Yes, it is. But yeah, like you said, we're using the garden potatoes and the onions from the garden. And with the garden in full swing, that's another thing you guys will see a lot of is garden to table recipes. We're going to attempt to try to do those weekly. We'll see what all we can manage. But we'll try to pop you out try one a week maybe. But we really enjoy using our harvest from the garden when we're cooking and preparing meals. So we'll share that with you guys. And then when hunting season comes in, it'll be woods to table. We eat a lot of wild game, and we do a lot of recipes for you guys. There's already several videos. Right now it's called the Good Grub playlist. If you guys want to check that out. But I think that pretty much wraps it up, or this week anyway.
You want to be antisociable? You don't want to be on camera?
And for my chicken people out there, I've got an upcoming video I'm hoping to drop this coming Thursday on how to properly handle your fresh backyard eggs. I'm just going to give you a few tips and pointers on if you're new to chickens and handling the eggs. You know, there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of confusion. If you look online and reading on to wash your eggs or to not wash your eggs, to refrigerate your eggs or not to refrigerate your eggs. So that video is just going to be on how I do things and share some tips with you guys. So be on the lookout for that video if you're one of my chicken peeps. We look forward to seeing you guys next Sunday on the next Real Talk Sundays. Let us know what you think. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.